Hey YouTube, Shepasaurus here with a guide breaking down everything you need to make the right choice of pawns before heading out on an adventure. I'm sure you've heard something along the lines of, "You ought to prepare before heading out, master," from a too chatty pawn. Well, I'm here to help you with the basics of your adventure preparation. Be sure to check out the chapters below if you want to skip ahead and stick around towards the end. I have 3 great tips for weight management, and no, I'm not talking about diet and exercise. Probably the most important vocation to have in your party is a mage. This is due to their strong healing and support spells. If you are in the Rift Stone looking for a mage, then I'm going to assume your Arisen and your main pawn are both not mages. In that case, you will want to make sure you know a few of the spells by name you may want to look out for when rounding out your party. Since each pawn can only have 4 spells at one time, it's really important to recognize the name of the spells while browsing in the Rift. Otherwise, you might be unknowingly unprepared. The biggest reason a mage is in the party is their healing capabilities. But it would be very bad if you hired a mage assuming they could heal, but had no healing spells actually equipped. Make sure when you look at mages' equipped spells, they have Anodyne equipped. This will summon a magical bubble that heals anyone within and will keep you from having to lug around lots of dried food and healing potions. In addition to healing, you really want to make sure your mage is equipped with the proper party support spells. Some enemies are basically immune to physical damage, and you end up needing some sort of magical attack in order to destroy them. This is especially troublesome when you have to stand around and hope your pawns can finish off an enemy. Trust me, this happens if you're rocking a physical damage vocation, such as a warrior or a fighter or an archer, and only brought along a single mage. If your party is made up mostly of physical damage vocations, you will want to make sure the mage in your party has either a boon or affinity spell equipped. Affinity is just a stronger version of boon. These will enchant allies' weapons with added elemental damage to each attack, allowing your entire party of warriors to deal some heavy magic damage for the enemies, which may be extremely resistant to normal attacks. I will typically look for the kind-hearted inclination, as that will prioritize supporting allies in need. Mage pawns with kind-hearted will more likely cast their healing spells as soon as one of your party members has taken any kind of damage. Speaking of healing pawns, if you find one with the Chiru Gon's specialization, you can make fun of me later for that pronunciation. They will prioritize using curative items in order to keep you and the rest of your party healed. They are only going to use this specialization if you give them actual healing items, consumables. I usually keep this for my own pawn. I let them hold on to most of my healing items for storage, weight management anyways. On the other hand, if you're looking for a pawn to add a little bit more quality of life to your adventures, look for one with a simple inclination. These pawns will run around and gather any items you run past while you're out and about. Just make sure you check their inventory every now and then. Since they loot chests automatically, they may very well pick up some valuable weapons, armor, or even wakestone shards that you didn't pick up on in mid-battle. To improve the quality of life even more, check to see if the pawn has logistics specialization. If that is combined with simple, the pawn will not only gather all your ingredients, but they will also automatically craft consumables for immediate use. If you or your main pawn is already a mage, you will want to consider having a tank in your party, as well as possibly a ranged damage dealer for those pesky flyers. For a tank pawn, you're going to want a warrior rather than a fighter. It may sound counterintuitive, but the warrior seems to be better at taking and holding aggro with their heavy attacks, and especially their roar skills. Make sure when looking through the rift, you find a pawn with the skill bellow or roar, and they are most likely kitted out already to take enemy aggro away from the rest of the party. Additionally, these warriors should be leading the charge. You want to find one with a straightforward inclination. Lastly, if you are looking for a ranged pawn, I have a lot of luck with good archers. As they are not very good in close quarters, you will want them to have the calm inclination. Not only will they stay out of harm's way, but it gives them a higher chance of hitting critical weak points. When looking at archer skills, my main advice is to find one with blighting shot. When running into stronger enemies, the poison these arrows inflict slowly eats away at health and over a long boss encounter, the damage can really add up. Thank you for sticking around. As I promised, a few more tips that help me have a better quality of life when adventuring was spending a few minutes each town visit organizing my arisen storage. Be sure to combine materials you pick up. Not only does it give you a better healing item, but it also reduces clutter and weight. Consumable items may individually be low weight, but it's very easy for them to add up, and you could actually store all of your consumables into storage at once and then combine them afterwards, meaning you don't have to have them all in your inventory just to combine them. Tip 2 is always deposit your materials tab into the storage at every opportunity. Monster parts and shiny rocks will weigh you down quickly. Extra tip to easily deposit multiple items at once. If you're using a PS5 controller, press square, or X for you Xbox controller users. You can place a checkbox on multiple items, moving them all at once. Finally, third tip, remember that camping kits are reusable. That being said, they are extremely heavy, and carrying more than one is a waste. Be sure to store or sell any camping kits you don't want to use, and only keep one in your inventory. Better yet, give it to your pawn to carry around. That's right, Shadowheart. You can carry the tent. For more on Dragon's Dogma 2, please check out the other videos on my channel. Now, gather your party, go forth, and do great things, Arisen. I'll catch you next time.